Talk to the camera.
Okay. Shut up! Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Starr's beer reviews. We got the Sith, we got the Fuzz. Gonna take a look at a beer that Heist Almighty gave us.
Whoa. Where's Heist?
I don't know. I'm talking to your wife, I think.
Upstairs talking to his wife and my girlfriend?
Yeah.
What?
It's not my girlfriend.
I gotta go.
Okay. So right now we're gonna take a look at Belgian Witbier from Anheuser-Busch. A brand new one that came out, I don't know how brand new. When was the last one? When were you in Chicago? You were saying you had something like this before.
No, I saw a couple of different ones of Shock Top while I was down there. I saw 4 Shock Tops.
Well, it's new in the Maritimes. It's not in New Brunswick yet. We're gonna take a look at Shock Tops, Belgian White.
All our bets are on.
Thank God for that. Well, I mean, whatever.
Well,
okay.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Look at Jesse.
Right. Good. All the
Good point. Why worry? 5.2% ABV. Looks pretty good. Let's crack it open. Heist Almighty, I think, brought this back from Nova Scotia for me, and I've had it since the summer, but it should still be fine.
Is that an orange on the top?
Oh,
Yes, it is.
it definitely is an orange.
So
that's
if
what
I
scared
have
me
Either of
away.
you ever had Hoegaarden?
No.
What was that last one we had?
Rickard's White.
Yes, I've had Rickard's White.
Do you like Rickard's White?
Yes, I actually prefer it.
Okay, so this is actually going to be a beer that's similar to Rickard's White.
Do I want to go and find a clementine and put the peel of the clementine in here?
No.
Actually, I was going to buy some, but they're not in season yet.
Yes, they are.
They're in season, but I looked at the clementines that are out there in our local supermarket, and they weren't looking good.
I've had a box and
They were pristine? Yeah, maybe I'm just a little late. Anyway.
Whoa.
Cloudy, like it should
I'm
be.
getting dregs.
wow.
I took the last little bit of this can and I'm actually getting soot in the bottom.
I'm just gonna point this out. You're not the only one, dude.
Well, you know what? Wit beer is an unfiltered type of beer. Like that's what gives it this hazy appearance. Is that the yeast and the grist from the wheat is still in there.
But I don't expect to see things, you know.
Like big chunks is what you don't expect to see.
I mean, is there a big orange?
So, you know, I'm not going to hold that too much against it because I mean, this is Anheuser-Busch putting this together. It's actually quite impressive to have. You know, the evidence of actually putting something out that isn't overly filtered. Get out of here, fruit fly.
He wants your beer.
Not a lot of head on that. Not a lot of huge amount of carbonation, and that's somewhat of a disappointment because wit beers are generally carbonated up to 9s.
True.
So what do you? Yeah.
Well, it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like you have your standard orangey beer, but when I take a smell, it doesn't really remind me of a Rickard's White.
I'm getting a lot of orange. I'm getting a ton of orange, like tangerine.
Yeah, I know, but Rickard's White is a lot stronger than this. I know. I've drank a lot of Rickard's White.
But I'm used to my favorite wit beer is Hoegaarden, and it has a nice light orange smell.
This is lighter than the Rickard's White.
This is almost borderline artificial orange smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is disappointing from my point of view.
But for Anheuser-Busch, I mean, these guys make Bud. For Christ's sake.
That's right. I'm not a big Bud fan. It's just too macro for me.
This is basically a macro white, but at the same time, I don't think the smell's too bad.
I didn't say it was bad, just not strong enough for me.
Yeah. Anyway, down the hatch.
Down the hatch.
Artificial orange.
Yeah.
A little bit of gristly wheat.
Yeah. Underwhelming.
Not much. Yeah, it is kind of underwhelming. I mean, it's not. I don't get a big enough amount of clove or coriander from this.
Underwhelming. Compared to a Rickard's White?
There's a tad bit of it. Rickard's White can typically be a little bit too much coriander, though.
I like it. I've had
a
lot of it.
Similar to Rickard's White, but definitely backed off in the flavors.
Yeah.
But it's nice and easy drinking, but not quite as easy drinking as a Hoegaarden would be.
I've never had a Hoegaarden, so I couldn't tell you.
This is, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very refreshing beer.
Yep.
And if
you know what? I'll tell you something. This would be good in a summertime situation.
Very much so.
We're not in the summertime though.
Well, no, we're getting into the winter now. Fall and winter. Whatever. Well,
We've already had
it's
snow.
November. Look at my face.
We've already had snow.
It's Movember now. I've shaved off the face, so I gotta say that.
Yeah,
you're growing in the goatee.
Well,
you're supposed to grow the goatee.
No, you're allowed to grow the goatee as long as
it's not connected.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm growing the soul patch back, so I don't look like a creeper.
Well, you see, I don't.
You already look like a creeper.
Oh, whatever. Hide your kids.
Hide your wife.
Hide your. Yeah, the wife's already hiding.
Yeah,
I gotta say, it's not. My wife's not here. She's at home.
Okay.
Anyway, that's not bad. I gotta say, I like that. But I've had better. Like Rickard's White's better. Hoegaarden is way better. Blanche de Chamblay from Unibrew is way better. I'd give it a 3.25. What do you think?
It's definitely passable. I don't like it quite as much as you. But I'm going to be close to you. I was going to say 3.
3?
I'm going to go with Sith here and go with 3.
3? Wow. I've had better wit beers, but I gotta say Budweiser's attempt, or like Anheuser-Busch's attempt at a wit beer is not bad. And I would like to try some of the other varieties of Shock Top, because I think I saw like a raspberry wheat.
Does that say Belgian?
Yeah, well, yeah, it is a Belgian wit beer. Belgian white, yeah, it's a wheat ale.
Like I say, I'm pretty sure I saw like 3 to 4 Shock Tops when I was in Chicago.
How long were you in Chicago?
I was there for 3 weeks, but the main place I was checking the alcohol, surprisingly enough, was Walmart. Because where I was staying, there was a Walmart attached to the building.
So it says it's here.
I saw a bunch of Shock Tops in the Callus Paradis, the shop and save.
It says here it's brewed by Shock Top Brewing. Is that the only thing they produce?
St. Louis, Missouri, the same place the Anheuser-Busch is from.
No, I understand that, yeah. But why is there a Shock Top Brewing? Yeah.
It doesn't actually, believe me, it's Anheuser-Busch that makes this.
No, I understand that, but they have their own brewery. Apparently.
No. It's brewed in the same place that Budweiser's brewed. It's not as bad as I was thinking it would be. It's actually a really nice, decent wit beer, but there are better ones out there. So, thanks for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review of Shock Top Belgian White. Talk to you folks later, and cheers.